So there will be 220 marks test, and average of that two test will be considered for your term work assessment. That is your 20 marks which you are supposed to get for your term work. You will be getting from the average of these two tests. So it is very, very essential that in both the tests you secure very good marks. Personally, I feel that this test will help you to score much more because it will help you to increase the average score because these are the initial chapters only, and majority of the things are repetition of your C language. In the next test, it may happen that the syllabus will be till that day, right? So majority of 80-90% of the syllabus which we may cover. So you are supposed to prepare more for less marks. So it is very good chance for everyone to secure very good marks. Almost you can score 20 on 20 also, because it is MCQ test and it is very, very easy for you to attempt for the MCQ test. So that is what passing. It is not such passing marks, Kinjal, because as I told you, we have 20 marks quiz. One more 20 marks will be there. Another test will be there, and the average of this two will be there. And to pass for the term work, obviously you need a minimum 10. So average of this two should be minimum 10. Average, not individual. It may happen that in test 1 you are scoring only 10 marks, and in test 2 you are scoring 20 marks. So total is 30, and divided by 2 will be 15. So you are scoring 15 marks, like that. So your term work will be 15. So overall, if you consider, term work is of 20 and passing will be 10 marks. I hope I have answered your question, Kunjal. And Ankit, there will be 20 questions. Time will be 20 minutes and marks also 20. Okay. Fine. Is there any other doubt related to quiz, or shall we start with the session, students? One more announcement for B batch. As I was having gate examination supervision duty on Saturday, I was unable to conduct your lab. So COA lab was taken in place of OOP. So on this Wednesday, that is day after tomorrow, on this Wednesday, that is on 10th of February, you are having your COA lab, right? At that time, we will be having our OOP lab. I will be again reminding you in the group, and I will be sharing the link also. The same link you are supposed to join. The link will not change. You are supposed to join with the same link. But in place of COA, there will be OOP lab. So at that time, your review will be taken. Your review is pending. How many of you have completed how many programs? So that review was pending for your batch. So we will be conducting that, and if we'll complete that review on time, we'll be proceeding with the tutorials. So that is what announcement from my side. Is there anything from you, or shall we start with the session, students? Just quickly give me the update so that I can proceed.
Start, ma'am.
Okay, great, fine. No issue, that's great. Okay. So we are in the unit number 4. Classes and objects, and we are studying most basic building blocks for any object-oriented programming language, and especially we are learning the syntaxes for Java-based programming language. But the concept of OOP, which we are learning, like object and classes and static and everything, that is not specific to Java. That is common for all the programming language. Now, let me present my screen and let's continue with the topic. Last time, just confirming, is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
okay,
ma'am.
great. So this was the last thing we did in the session. We have completed the static keyword importance. Static with reference to variable, static with reference to method, and static with reference to block. For class, we will be doing it later once we will be proceeding in the syllabus. So these 3 things we have already learned, and we have also seen the programs to use these concepts. So wherever necessary, wherever applicable, you can use the keyword static to get your task done. So shall we proceed with is there any doubt with static keyword, anyone? If not, then I will be moving it to the further topic. Okay, so I think there is no doubt with static keyword. So let me proceed with the next concept. Today is 8th of February and the topic will be, this is interesting topic, array of objects. Now you know what object is and you know what array is, right? You know both these terms, but how we are supposed to make the array of object, that's a little bit interesting and tricky. So let's proceed. Now if I consider, let's start with the simple scenario. Let's begin with the normal scenario which you are already familiar with. Let's say in Java, if I'll be creating integer a is equal to new int 5. If I create like this, what is going to happen? Your interpreter, rather compiler, will not come into the picture because it is a runtime memory allocation, because we are using new. So compiler anyway is not going to allocate the memory. It will be just checking the syntax, whether it is written correctly or not, according to the Java syntax or not, else compiler will not do anything. Your Java interpreter will create the memory for 5 integers in your heap section because it is allotted with new. So in the heap section, there will be the integer memory. If I draw it with pictorially, if I create, then it is going to be like this. Okay, something it is like this, and if we do, this will be a of 0. This is a of 1. This will be a of 2. This will be a of 3, and last but not least will be a of 4. So this was simple. This is okay. There is no doubt here because we are using the primitive data type. Because we are using primitive data type, 5 integers instead of storing at different places, we are creating an array sequential memory allocation. I hope you know it. Array uses sequential memory allocation. So we are grouping 5 integers and naming it with a, and you can say bifurcating or differentiating with the help of indexes. This is absolutely fine, no problem with this, because it is a primitive data type, and here directly you can place the value of array using loop or something like this. You can have the values inside the array. That's fine. Okay, so if I proceed, anything you can write it here, right? So this is your array. Now let us talk about the object. Let us talk about the object. Now to allocate the memory, now you have to remember, you have to go backward, you have to rewind your mind and collect all the concepts which we have learned so far, especially constructor and all. Right. Now, what is an object? It is the instance of a class. And what is a class? It is not a primitive data type which will be consisting only one value. Instead, it is a user-defined data type which will be having multiple values at the same time. For one object, you can have multiple values. Okay? That is your different properties inside an object that we have already understood very well. So your object is not a one value. Instead, it is a collection of different primitive data types. It is collection of different primitive data types. Now, say suppose I'm having a class student, the same example which we are using so that it is very easy for you to relate the concepts. Let me have integer roll number, and I'm having another property called string name. ठीक है, and let's say double CPI or SPI, whatever you say. So this is my student class. So when I create the object of student class, actually there will be allocation of three parameters. The memory for 3 parameter is supposed to be given. This will be your roll number, this will be your roll number, this will be your name, and this will be your CPI. Correct? So memory for roll number, name, and CPI, everything will be allocated when I will be writing student S1 is equal to new student. That's fine, right? This is all we know, that when I create my first object, when I create my object with the help of new and constructor, we will be having the memory for all the data members of the class. ठीक है, ये हुआ एक ऑब्जेक्ट के लिए सिनेरियो. एक ऑब्जेक्ट तक ठीक था, हम समझते थे कि we will be using new, there will be a constructor which will initializing the data memory and new will allocate the memory dynamically. ठीक है, लेकिन जब when I switch to array of objects, what I am doing actually, see, that also you remember, as I told you that you are supposed to go backward from in your mind, rewind your mind and recall all the important keywords which we have learned so far. When we were learning the object, I have told you that this is not actually one thing. It is actually, this line is composed of two concepts. One is reference and one is object. The right hand part is the reference. This is actually the object. The right hand part is your object and left hand part is your reference. These two are totally different thing. Object is actual memory in your heap, and to point that memory we need a reference. So reference is altogether different thing and object is altogether different thing. ये एक ऑब्जेक्ट के लिए है, हम समझते हैं कि एक मैंने रेफरेंस क्रिएट किया, वो रेफरेंस को जो मेमोरी एलोकेट हुई है न्यू से, उससे मैंने पॉइंट किया. अभी कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है बिकॉज यू आर डीलिंग विथ ओनली वन ऑब्जेक्ट. बट व्हेन द सिनेरियो इज, व्हेन आई सपोज मुझे पूरे क्लास के लिए ऑब्जेक्ट बनाना है, आपका पूरा क्लास है 4PC1, उसके लिए मुझे ये डेटा कलेक्ट करना है. Is it a good programming practice कि मैं हर एक के लिए ये लाइन लिखूं, student S1 is equal to new student, student S2 is equal to new student, student S3 is equal to new student. Is it a good programming practice? हो तो जाएगा, मैं 100 बच्चों के लिए ये कर सकती हूँ, it can happen, but is it a good programming practice? No ma'am. Yeah, no. Why? Because when we have similar kind of variables to be created, it is always better to use array. So if there is a scenario that you need to create multiple objects, the solution will be array of objects, right? Solution is array of objects. Now how we will be proceeding? Now, as I told you, you are supposed to take care about two things, references and objects. Now, say suppose I want to have the collection of 10 objects. I have to need collection of 10 objects. So to point that 10 objects, what I need, how many references I need? To point that 10 different objects, how many references I need? Anyone?
10 ma'am.
Obviously I need 10 different references to point 10 different objects. Okay, so my first job is to create the references. Let me create reference. Help me to create the reference, guys. How will I create the 10 references? Can anyone help me to do this? I want to create array. So this is my data type. Use the analogy, same analogy as we have used in integer. So what I'm supposed to use? I need to create an array. So what I will be using bracket. I will be naming the reference with name, say list. anything you can give, list is equal to, what shall I write here?
New.
What?
New, ma'am.
Yes, correct. New, then
Student.
A student.
student, then
Then square bracket.
मतलब square bracket में 10,
Square
ma'am.
bracket.
square bracket or
Square
round
bracket
bracket?
10.
Square
Square,
bracket
square
or round bracket? Okay,
Square
so okay, and I will be mentioning size over here. Say there is 10 references I want to create. Now, what actually this is, what actually you have created? You have created 10 references. I repeat myself, you have created 10 different references starting from list of 0 to list of 9, which are pointing to what? Right now they are pointing to what? Can anyone tell me? I have created 10 references and they are pointing to what? Okay, let me show you pictorially also. Let's say this is something like we have for array, whatever we have done, the same thing it is going to happen. You will be having sequential memory allocation, and for 10 different things, you will be having like list of 0, list of 0, this will be list of 1, and so on, and the 9th will be, sorry, the 10th element will be list of 9. Now, this is not a normal variable like your integer which can contain the value. Okay, because it is not a primitive data type. It is a reference. Reference has a speciality that they will not point to a value, but they are pointing to an object. Now, right now I have created 10 different references of type student which are pointing to what? Which are pointing to what? I'm asking. Can anyone pointing to list whatever the value of a student? Okay, that's why I told you concentrate and go back in your mind, have a quick recap for everything. Who allocates the memory to object? Who is responsible to initialize the object?
Ma'am, a student class.
No. Inside student class, who is responsible for initializing the object?
Constructor.
Exactly. Only constructor. There are so many ways, but right now for us, we have only one way to allocate the memory to object using constructor. If I have not used the constructor, that means there is no memory for the object. That is what the conclusion. If I have not used the constructor, object को memory अभी मिली ही नहीं. Now look at the syntax very properly. Have I used the constructor here? We have not used the constructor. We have just used the square bracket, that is array bracket, which is just giving the memory for different references. Right now, these all 10 different references of type student is pointing to nothing. Right? We have just created one empty pointer which is having nothing inside it. They are pointing to null. Right? So, they are pointing to null. Now it is our responsibility that once all the references are ready, we are supposed to create object and assign the memory to different references. Now, as we have multiple number of students, instead of writing one line, let me start with the easy one and then we'll be proceeding. So what is now my task is I have references ready with me. Now my job is to create the object and assign the pointer to that reference. Okay? So what I will be doing? list of 0 is equal to, now I will be writing new student. So I have created my first object and assigned the memory to list of 0. Similarly, I have to do it for all the references. Are you getting it, everyone? So individually, you are supposed to assign memory for that particular reference array. So you have right now created two objects which are pointed to by list of 0 and list of 1. Still, list of 2, 3, 4 to 9 all are empty. Right now they are pointing to nothing. Now another way to give the memory to this is using for loop. Because we have multiple things, we can very well use for loop. Integer I is equal to 0, I less than, what should I write here? Can anyone let me know? What should I write here? Should I write 10 here?
10.
Is it
10, ma'am.
Okay. If I write 10 here, and what if I change the size of this? I change the size till 50. My loop will always iterate till 10. What should I write?
You can count
Yes.
the dot length.
Very
Dot
good.
length.
So whenever you are, yes, correct. So whenever you are using array and you want to iterate for the entire length of the array, it is always nice practice to use the length attribute of array, because if you are changing the length of the array, you need not to change at inside this for loop condition. So always it will be, so I plus plus, and then what I will be writing? If I have only one line inside for loop, or if else, I can skip the curly bracket. I hope you know that. So list, I'll be writing list of I is equal to new student. New student. That's it. So all 10 different objects are having 10 different references. So here, whenever you are using array of object, your first job is to create the memory for 10 different references. Once the references are ready, then you can assign the memory for each reference individually, either using individual statement, or you can always use the loop to assign the memory to all the different references. See, you cannot, someone will feel that, ma'am, we cannot do like this. Student list is equal to L is equal to new student. This is not possible. This is not possible. Okay? Because you know that this is an empty array. आप बोल रहे हो कि वो array है और यहाँ पे उसकी size तो mention कर नहीं रहे हो, तो वो क्या कितनी memory allocate करेगा? It is not possible. Right? Syntactically it is totally different. You will be having compile time error. So not possible like this for, and even we know that we cannot write size here. अगर मैं ऐसा आपको लगे कि चलो मैं यहाँ पे 5 कर दूं, तो ये भी possible नहीं है जावा में, क्योंकि आप यहाँ पे size नहीं दे सकते. So this is also syntactically wrong. So the only way to create the array of object is like this. Create the array of references first, and then allocate memory for every reference, either using for loop or individually as per the requirement. Is it okay, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Any doubt with this array of object? Because see, students are doing frequent mistake in this concept, because there is, see, it is a notion in student minds that we will be using new only with the constructor, right? ऐसा नहीं है. अगर आप array बनाते हो तो पहले reference की memory allocate करो, और फिर तो ये क्या हो गया, चलो यहाँ पे shift कर देते हैं 1 सेकेंड के लिए. और ये क्या हो गया, अभी मैं, तो ये हो गया हमारा list of 0 is having 3 different values, R, N and C. तो लिस्ट पहले ऑब्जेक्ट की R, N and C, फिर यहाँ पे होगी दूसरे ऑब्जेक्ट की. मतलब हर जो एरे वेरिएबल है, हर जो इंडेक्स है वो अलग अलग ऑब्जेक्ट को पॉइंट कर रहा है. सिमिलरली वी विल बी हैविंग the last 10th object like this. Again it will be having three different values r, and it is pointing to this. Is it clear? Can you visualize the things? See, if you cannot visualize, it is very difficult for you to code. So whatever you are learning, in whichever subject you are learning, visualize the things first. Visualize means try to understand it. Either, if see, everyone has different way of learning, different style of learning. Someone likes to, or someone is more comfortable by hearing the things, someone is more comfortable by looking at the things. ठीक है, कोई विजुअल लर्नर होता है, कोई ऑडिटरी लर्नर होता है. तो जैसे ही आपको जैसे आपको याद रहता है, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल यू हैव टू आइडेंटिफाई दैट विच स्टाइल इज सुटेबल फॉर यू. आपको देख के समझ में आता है, सुन के समझ में आता है, करके समझ में आता है, क्या समझ में आता है. यू हैव टू आइडेंटिफाई योरसेल्फ, एंड you are the best judge to identify. No one else can judge you better than you. ठीक है. So first of all identify your style. बहुत ऐसा होता है, बहुत कभी कभी हमें गाने में भी ऐसा होता है, कोई को एक बार सुनते हैं गाने तो याद रह जाते हैं, तो दे आर ऑडिटरी लर्नर्स. किसी को अगर एक बार देख लो कोई मूवी और ऐसा कुछ, देख के ज्यादा याद रहता है, सुन के इतना याद नहीं रहता. तो दे आर विजुअल लर्नर्स. कभी कभी ऐसा होता है कि किसी को मैथ्स के सम पढ़ के they also read maths, right? Some people can read maths. They don't do mathematics, they read mathematics. और सब किसी को ऐसा होता है, जब तक वो लिखे नहीं, जब तक वो सम कैलकुलेट ना करे, तब तक उनको याद नहीं रहता. So you have to pick your style which is most comfortable, and based on that style choose different ways of learning. And you can also ask your faculties to help in getting those all things. Suppose अगर ऐसा है कि मैडम मुझे देख के आता है, तो कोई ऐसा वीडियोस हो या कुछ ऐसी वेबसाइट ऐसा कुछ हो कि I'm planning one activity for you all after the completion of this unit. तो उस एक्टिविटी से भी आपको पता चलेगा कि which type of learner you are. ठीक है, it might help for in some way. So try to identify the best way to learn, and then it is not always. अभी वो जमाना गया कि चलो एक बुक पढ़ो और लिखो और वो सब करो. There are so many modes of learning now. पहले तो बुक और पेन पेपर इतना ही था, आपको उसको सीखना पड़ता था. लेकिन अभी आपके पास वीडियोज है, वेबसाइट्स है, किंडल है जो आपको बोल के सुना सकता है. There are so many ways. ठीक है, तो आप अपनी तरह से करो. एक्टिविटी होती है, डिफरेंट एक्टिविटीज से आपको याद रहता है, तो वो बोलो. These are called kinesthetic learners, which they do and they learn. तो जो भी आपकी स्टाइल है पकड़ो, पहचानो पहले, तो उसके रिलेटेड मटेरियल इकट्ठा करो, and then you start learning on that. It will be very easy for you. Even the difficult subject which you don't like or which you may feel it is difficult for you, that subject will also be easy for you. Fine. So this concept is little bit tricky because you have to do two things. कभी कभी बच्चे ऐसा करते हैं एग्जाम में, ये लाइन छोड़ के ये लाइन लिख देते हैं, ये लाइन सही लिखते हैं, लेकिन ये जो लाइन है वो सही लिखेंगे. ठीक है, लेकिन फिर इंडिविजुअल मेमोरी जो देनी पड़ती है ऑब्जेक्ट को, वो देना भूल जाएंगे. अभी ये नहीं दोगे तो उसका मतलब क्या हुआ? आपने 10 रेफरेंसेस तो क्रिएट कर दिए, लेकिन मेमोरी ऑब्जेक्ट ही नहीं बनाया. एक्चुअल तो ऑब्जेक्ट बनाया ही नहीं, एक्चुअल मेमोरी तो लोकेट हुई ही नहीं वो ऑब्जेक्ट के लिए. तो ये बहुत कॉमन मिस्टेक है बच्चों में. So try to avoid this mistake. Remember that when you are creating array of objects, you are supposed to do 2 steps. First, give the memory to reference, and then you give the memory to objects. Am I clear? And as I promised, Ravi है meeting में?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So as I have promised Ravi, I am just giving you an idea of one of the topic called dangling pointer. If you are interested in further clarification of dangling pointer and everything, you can either go to a good websites, you will get so many material, or after the end of the session we can not today, tomorrow, because I have another session at 11:15. So today it is not possible, but you can ask me the doubts related to that. And as it is not part of your syllabus, I'm not going into detail, but I'm just giving you the quick reference for this, for dangling pointer. As see, Java does not support pointer. First of all, Java does not support pointer in the sense Java has pointer. We have learned this pointer, right? We are also a reference is also a kind of a pointer which is pointing to an object. Does not support pointer in sense that as a user you cannot create a pointer. In C you are having this syntax, right? आप ऐसा कर सकते थे ना कि integer star p is equal to ampersand a, ऐसा आप लिख सकते थे. You can create pointer and even you can print the value of your pointer. ठीक है, आप print f a p करोगे तो जो p में कंटेंट है एक्चुअली वो a का एड्रेस है, वो आपको मिल जाएगा. ठीक है, तो ये आप कर सकते थे. मीन्स यू आर गोइंग इनसाइड अ मेमोरी, you can manipulate your memory location, you can get the memory location and you can do whatever you want. ठीक है, इस तरह की कोई भी फैसिलिटी जावा नहीं है, जावा में नहीं है, बिकॉज जावा इज मच मोर सिक्योर देन सी. सिक्योर इन द सेंस you are not having pointer, that means you cannot manipulate your memory location. आप डेटा के साथ छेड़छाड़ नहीं कर सकते, डेटा की लोकेशन के साथ छेड़छाड़ नहीं कर सकते. इट इज अ सिक्योरिटी, राइट? सिक्योरिटी फीचर. हर कोई आएगा और डेटा को कलेक्ट करेगा, कुछ मैनिपुलेट करेगा. व्हाट इज द सिक्योरिटी? व्हाट इज द इंटेग्रिटी? नथिंग, right? So Java does not support pointer in a way that you cannot create. We cannot create pointer as a Java developer. So dangling pointer actually C का concept C से ज्यादा समझ में आएगा because we can have pointer. Now अभी सोचो कि मैंने ये pointer P किया, create किया और मैंने A का एड्रेस डाला. इसका मतलब ये हुआ कि diagrammatically there will be one pointer p which will be having the address of another variable a. I'm not concerned with the value and इसको ये पॉइंट कर रहा है. अभी मान लो a का एड्रेस है 1000, a का एड्रेस है 100. चलो 100, एक्चुअली इट्स नॉट ऑलवेज 100, it is always in the hexadecimal. But to understand it in a simpler way, we are assuming, let's say it is 100. ठीक है, तो ये 100 मेमोरी लोकेशन हुआ. अभी बाय मिस्टेक ये सिनेरियो ठीक है, लेकिन ड्यूरिंग द कोर्स ऑफ टाइम बाय मिस्टेक, बाय एनी लॉजिकल एरर और बाय एनी ह्यूमन एरर, it may happen that somehow this a gets deleted. ठीक है, किसी ने a को डिलीट कर दिया, intentionally, unintentionally, by any means a gets deleted, but still there is the existence of pointer p which is pointing to some memory location where actually there is no memory. Are you getting? Initially it was there, but somehow it gets deleted, the variable gets deleted, but the pointer is still pointing to somewhere. But at this moment there is no existence of any variable which that pointer is pointing. These kind of pointers are called dangling pointers, which is pointing to nothing. Are you getting? So this is a concept of so this is much more understandable with C because we have pointers in C. We don't have pointers in Java, but this is one interview question, some programming type interview question. Sometimes they ask that, what do you mean by dangling pointers? But yes, pointers are important topic as far as your interviews are concerned, because with the help of pointers, the interviewer will be able to judge that how deep your concepts are, how much you know programming language. But yes, you can very well say that Java does not have such kind of pointers. You cannot create pointers, then how is the chance of having the dangling pointers? You cannot have dangling pointers because you cannot manipulate the memory address, you cannot fetch the memory address. ठीक है, you cannot store the memory address. ठीक है, तो ऐसा कुछ जावा में प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. So And another thing, Java has garbage collector. So periodically, as I have already told you in the earlier session, I think that the garbage collector is a process of your JVM. It is a process of your JVM, that is rather your JRE, your Java Runtime Environment. ये एक डेमन प्रोसेस है जो बैकग्राउंड में कंटिन्यूअसली रन करता है. जैसे आपका मेन मेथड है, वैसे ही जैसे ही जेडीके आपकी मशीन में इंस्टॉल हुआ, या जैसे ही आपने, अगर सिंपलर वे में बोलो तो जैसे ही आपने जावा का कोड लोड किया, आपका गार्बेज कलेक्टर भी ऑटोमेटिकली बैकग्राउंड प्रोसेस होगा ही होगा. और जैसे ही कि कोई भी वेरिएबल या कोई भी ऑब्जेक्ट उसको ऐसा मिला कि जिसका स्कोप नहीं है या उसकी जरूरत नहीं है, इट इज गोइंग टू डिस्ट्रॉय इट and free the memory. So there is no way of dangling pointer, so you will be having less memory leaks and segmentation problem in Java because of this garbage collector. Is it clear, everyone? So that was related to dangling pointer. And let me know if you are comfortable with array of objects. Clear? Shall we proceed? Ravi, I think I have.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, one thing, can you tell us where we use dangling pointer?
We don't use dangling pointer. But the scenario created with such, the pointer which is created with such situation is dangling pointer.
So it's of no use.
Yeah, it should not be. It should not happen. There should not be any dangling pointers in your code.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Because you have a pointer which is pointing to nothing. What is the use? See, null pointer is different. Null, you may argue that मैम here हम भी यहाँ पे पॉइंटर क्रिएट कर रहे थे. हम यहाँ पे पॉइंटर क्रिएट नहीं कर रहे, हम एक्चुअली यहाँ पे रेफरेंस क्रिएट कर रहे हैं. रेफरेंस भी एक टाइप का पॉइंटर है, लेकिन जावा में एक एडवांटेज, पहला एडवांटेज तो ये है कि अगर वो किसी को पॉइंट नहीं करता तो वो ऑटोमेटिकली डिलीट हो ही जाएगा गार्बेज कलेक्टर से. ठीक है. और पॉइंटर से हम क्या कर सकते, सी के पॉइंटर और ये पॉइंटर में बहुत फर्क है, बिकॉज सी पॉइंटर, हम सी पॉइंटर का कंटेंट देख सकते थे और हम उसको मैनिपुलेट कर सकते थे. वेरेस जावा में ऐसा कुछ पॉइंटर है ही नहीं जो किसी का एड्रेस स्टोर कर सके और हम उसको मैनिपुलेट करें. ठीक है. यस, एनी अदर डाउट, एनीवन?
Yes, ma'am.
यस, टेल मी.
Ma'am, whatever the references you have created for the student, and now it's what are they pointing to?
They're pointing to object.
Null.
That's why only I have shown you the diagram. That right, we have created 10 different references like this. तो array actually references का हुआ, array actually object का नहीं हुआ. object तो अपनी जगह पे ही है, लेकिन जो हमने रेफरेंसेस किए वो एक एरे की तरह हमने स्टोर किए, मतलब सीक्वेंशियल मेमोरी लोकेशन में स्टोर किए. जैसे कि हम इंटीजर एरे करते हैं, उसी तरह हमने एक रेफरेंस का एरे बनाया और हर एक रेफरेंस एक अलग अलग ऑब्जेक्ट को पॉइंट करेगा. Is it clear? I think
Yes,
this diagram is self-explanatory, that actually you are creating array of references. And that individual references is pointing to individual object. Now, it may not necessary that all the objects are given the memory sequentially. But yes, these references are given the memory in sequential manner because it is an array. Right. Anything else? Anything else, or shall we proceed? Shall we proceed, everyone? Okay. I think there is no doubt. Okay. So we have 10 more minutes. So let us use the code, create the code for that, and see what is going on. Okay. Let me create a new file. Array of objects demo. So I'll be writing class array of objects demo, and first of all let me write the package line. Okay, and public static void main string args, and we will be writing what? Let me write it here. Let me have the same thing, class, let's say student integer roll number and string name. ठीक है, and let me have one more thing, double CPI. Okay, let me have one constructor. See here now initially अभी जैसा कि हमने देखा यहाँ पे कि आप यहाँ पे एक्चुअली कंस्ट्रक्टर कॉल कर रहे हो, आप एक्चुअली कंस्ट्रक्टर कॉल कर रहे हो, तो हम क्या करेंगे, ये यहाँ पे कंस्ट्रक्टर कॉल किया तो यहाँ पे डिफॉल्ट कंस्ट्रक्टर भी कॉल कर सकते हो, यहाँ पे पैरामीटराइज्ड कर सकते हो. नाउ इट इज अ नॉर्मल थिंग. नाउ as if you are creating a normal object, it is like that only, right? So don't think that we cannot use any default constructor or parameterized constructor. Here whatever is your requirement you can create. So let me have the default constructor. Let me have the parameterized constructor okay, default one, otherwise I have to take the values from user every time. So for simplicity let us roll number is equal to 1, then name is equal to ABC. अभी ये कर रही हूँ मैं, और CPI is equal to 7.5. Initially I'm writing, let me have one parameterized constructor also so that it is easy for you to remember. Integer r, string n, and double C. Let me have that same. Let us use one more concept. Which concept? That keeping local variable and class variable same. What should I write here? Roll number is equal to r number. What should I write here? To differentiate that this is a local variable and this is the data member, what should I write here?
This.
Correct. So this dot roll number is equal to roll number. So this dot roll number is actually the data member, and so you are it is like this, data member is equal to local variable. So the value of local variable is assigned to the data member. Similarly, this dot name is equal to name, and this dot CPI is equal to CPI. That's it. Now this is okay. Let me have one method called display data. Display data, where I am just printing the values of everything. So system dot out dot println roll number is plus r dot number, r number plus then name is plus name plus CPI is plus CPI. ठीक है. let us have the getters and setters. Let us make it much more mm, mm, what should I write? This dot get roll number, this dot get name, and here I should write this dot get CPI. That's it. Okay. Now let me create student array list is equal to new student, let's say 5. Now let me write like this, list of 0 is equal to new student. So in this case I'm calling the default constructor. I'm calling the default constructor, and rest for all the for integer I is equal to 0, I less than, right now I'm writing 4 because I don't want to uh, equal to, okay, let me write this only, a list of dot length and I plus plus, then I will be writing list of I, so it will start with 1 because 0 I have already given the memory, is equal
मैम
to
स्टूडेंट
new,
डॉट लेंथ होगा ना?
हाँ सॉरी नहीं, स्टूडेंट नहीं, लिस्ट ही होगा। एरे वेरिएबल नाम, एरे का नाम होता है ना, एरे का नाम क्या है? लिस्ट। स्टूडेंट इज अ डेटा टाइप।
यस मैम, यस मैम।
स्टूडेंट, और यहाँ पे लिख रही हूँ मैं नाम आर एन एंड सी। अभी आर एन एंड सी एक्चुअली क्या है, मुझे यूजर के पास से वैल्यू लेनी है। सो व्हाट आई कैन राइट, सिस्टम डॉट आउट डॉट प्रिंट एल एन enter values for roll number, name and CPI। ठीक है, अभी integer r is equal to sc dot next string n is equal to sc dot next, और double c is equal to sc dot next double। अभी sc करना पड़ेगा, sc कहाँ करेंगे, let's do it here, you can do it anywhere, scanner sc is equal to new scanner, inside we are pointing to the default input device system dot in, and to use this scanner class I need to use package, I need to import the scanner class from the util package. So that's it. So first of all I am assigning the memory. Let me write like this, list of 0 dot display. Now I'll be displaying the data for list of 0, which is the default values, right? For the next all thing I am entering the values for, okay, I have to write it here, then and then only it will take for all the values. Alright, I should write R, N and C. Int R, string N and double C। ठीक है, ले लिया। Let us run the file. Roll number is 1, name is ABC and CPI is 7.5. This was for first student. Now for second student, let me write roll number is 2, name is PQR, and CPI is 8.9. ओके मैंने वो तो डिस्प्ले ही नहीं किया एक्चुअली, XYZ and 9.0 and 4 some random values I'm writing. I right, अभी मैंने डिस्प्ले ही नहीं किया था. After that I can write list of I dot display data, then it will display. मैं अभी रैंडम वैल्यूज कुछ डाल रही हूँ. देखो ये डिस्प्ले हो गया सेकेंड का, ठीक है. Third something. So this is what the array of objects. Got it everyone?
Yes,
Got it
ma'am.
everyone? Is it fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Fine, great. Still if you
Yes,
have
ma'am.
doubt, think for a minute. Let me take the attendance meanwhile. Yes, Zaki Ahmed, Sachin Chinmay, Dhairya Milan. Dhairya and Milan are not there. Okay. Hitesh, Hina, Chirag, Vensi. Chirag is also not there. Hitesh is also not there. Kamalraj, Astha, Shalvi, Joy Kishan. Okay. Hiren, Naresh, Munaf, Yatish. यातिश बहुत दिनों से एब्सेंट है. नरेश इज देयर. ओके. मोइब हुसैन, क्रेश, मिशी, खुशल. खुशल इज नॉट देयर. ओके. उमंग, पार्थ, कार्तिक, दीप. पार्थ नहीं है. उर्विशा, मिहिर, निराली, शरद, राहुल. ओके. श्रेया, कृष्णा, मिलन, सुनील, हर्ष. यश, दीक्षा, जेनित, वरुण, स्तुति. ओके. हर्षिल, देव, यश, किंजल, जय. Jay is not there and Yash is sorry, Dev is not there. No, Dev is there. Jay is there. Okay. Kinjal, fine. Harshil is there. Yash is not there, I think. Yes. Manan, Bhagyesh, Bhargav, Sahista. Okay. Aryan, Amit, Ruma, Bajrang, Sonu. Okay. Aman, Rajiv, Akhilesh, Ankit, Kashish. Rahul, Umang, Mananjay, Sonu. Rahul, Umang, Mananjay, nothing. Mananjay is not there. Sonu. Okay. Divyanshu, Bhumika, Chandan, Gagan, Vinay. Okay. Abhiraj, Shravan, Rinku, Roshan, Ashish. Okay. Priyanka, Vicky, Manish,, Alsef. Okay. Priyanka, Vicky, Manish, 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 Alsef. Okay. Priyanka, Vicky, Manish ओके. ब्रजेश, रोहिणी, आकाश, रवि.
Present, ma'am.
Okay. Akash છે? Akash is there? Okay, so absentees are Akash, Mananjay, Yash, Raninga, Sharad, Parth, Yatish, Chirag, Hitesh, and Dhairya.
Ma'am,
Yes.
my
Dhairya.
mic is not properly working.
એક મિનિટ. તો ચેટમાં લખી દેવાય ને? ફાઇન.
ચેટ નતો થતો મેમ પેલા.
ઓકે, વાંધો નહીં, કરી નાખ્યું છે. ઓકે, થેન્ક યુ
Thank you,
એવરીવન
ma'am.
ફોર જોઈનિંગ. Take care, and bye for now. See you tomorrow. All the best for exam.